In Canada, the Canadian government influences the environment through the Canadian Environmental Protection Act. The various regulations in the Act cover air, water, ground, and the transportation of dangerous goods and hazardous materials. The plant's wastewater discharge is controlled by a bylaw passed by the City of Brockville. This bylaw is based on the provincial environmental agreement called the Municipal Industrial Strategy for Abatement. This agreement sets out wastewater quality discharge limits to provincial water systems, and these limits have been modified and applied to the plant's discharges. The plant monitors the quality of our wastewater discharge to ensure it meets this standard. Contaminants to any water discharge in the plant can affect our water quality adversely, and new contaminants need to be discussed with the plant SEL before being added to our water discharge. When it comes to storm or rainwater, this flow of water falls on our property and on the roofs of the plant buildings, and leaves our property through natural drainage or storm sewer, eventually making its way to the St. Lawrence River. This water has very strict limits for contaminants, and it is not treated before reaching the river. Improperly directing water flows or dumping chemicals to storm systems exposes P&G and contractors to potential fine. The Brockville site has a very strong recycling program: reduce, reuse, and recycle. This program was in effect several years before the Ontario government established the new 3R regulations. By law, the site has to recycle corrugated cardboard, non-contaminated cartons, paper, plastic, banding, steel, substrate, super sacks, wood, and aluminum cans. Containers are located throughout the plant to store recyclable materials, and this material is placed in the appropriate baler for compacting. All recycle and garbage containers are labeled by the materials that are allowed in the bin. All contractors are expected to participate in the recycling program and to dispose of waste in the proper containers or hazardous waste area. If in doubt, ask your site contact where you can dispose of waste. The Brockville Solid Waste Handling Program consists of 3 compactors. The West Dock is located in Building 17. The Wet Jet Compactor is located in Building 21. The Swiffer Shredder Compactor is located in Building 28A. These are the only compactors that allow landfill-type waste. Other waste bins are located at various locations on the south side of our facility. Green waste management bins are located outside for wood and building materials. Black iron and metal bins are located outside for all metal material. Under the Hazardous and Industrial Waste, Regulation 347 of the Environmental Protection Act regulates the identification, storing, and reporting of hazardous waste in Ontario. Hazardous waste is a waste or combination of wastes, which because of its quantity, concentration, or physical, chemical, or infectious characteristics, may be a potential hazard to human health or the environment when improperly treated, stored, or disposed. Examples are waste perfume, paints, glue, waste oils and lubricants, and contaminated raw materials. The site has a designated area for the storing of hazardous waste in the racks installed in Building 21. At Brockville, only Site Environmental Leader or Site Environmental Resource is allowed to sign waste manifests. Waste manifests are then validated and mailed to the Ministry of Environment. Hazardous industrial wastes generated by the plant are sent for disposal to licensed government disposal sites for secure landfill or incineration. For the purposes of waste identification, all liquid industrial wastes, with the exception of clean water, are considered hazardous wastes and subject to Regulation 347 guidelines. It is important that the contractor filling container or drum properly identify all waste containers as per WHMIS labeling procedures. Yellow drums for the collection of paint cans and aerosol cans are located in the hazardous waste storage area in Building 21 in safety cabinets. Drums for the collection of waste oil are located in the waste oil collection areas in each supply chain. There are legal responsibilities in case of an environmental offense, such as non-compliance with the laws and regulations. Individuals such as the director, officer, employee, and contractor, and/or the company or companies may be held liable for the offense. Generally, there is a defense to the charge if they can establish that although the environmental offense occurred, they had taken all reasonable steps to prevent this occurrence. This is called duty of care or due diligence. To the employees, this means proper operation and maintenance of process equipment, the proper disposal of waste, the containment and reporting of spills to the Environmental Department, and the following of existing CBAs, SOPs, and other training documents. Report all spills and environmental incidents to the incident commander or site environmental leader.